Okay, I am live. So I've got Timmy here. He's upset. He's mad. I had my first chemo treatment, and I wanted. Uh, so I had my first chemo treatment. This is what I had to wear. This is a. You want to say anything about the shirt? Say it into the. I don't think they can hear you, but whatever. Anyhow, Timmy said it was beautiful. I had to get this because you have to unbutton it so they can get into the port here. And I actually saw a guy at the at the hospital today, the treatment center, the cancer treatment center. He um, he had a zip one that you can get on Amazon. I'm going to try to leave a link below. I'm going to buy that. So somebody was waiting. They came on and then they left. How rude! What was that about? I know everybody's probably wanting to see Joe Biden mess up, and I'm doing this because I am tired. Timmy's tired. Do you want to tell him how tired you are? Very. It was a long day. We started at actually 7. I got up at 5:30. I guess I got up at 5 and did my usual routine with the dogs and just preparing. So it was a long, long day for me. Um, Still have my hair, but maybe not for long. Maybe very traumatic. We will see. But anyhow, Tim was there the whole time except when he went to take care of the dogs. This is one of the dogs that he had to take care of. This one right here. This one we have to keep an eye on because he likes to potty in the house because he's old. And Zoe, of course, has a regular routine. Um, I wanted to share with this with you because it was. I want Tim to share about. Okay, first of all, they do the port and they go in the port and make sure it works and all that. So the very first thing this morning, I had to put on, and I was scared to death. Just making sure that the cream, the Lanacane, was put in the right place, that it numbed it enough, that everything was good to go so that I would not feel anything. So I wanted Tim to share because he was sitting there watching it. My superpower secret to getting through some of this stuff is just turning my head, closing my eyes, not looking and seeing what they're doing. Let them do it, and Taz, praying for you. Thank you so much, Taz. Really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate any prayer. So let me hand it over to Tim. He is tired and got to go to work tomorrow, so he's got to get some rest. I'm not, and I've got to get some rest. But here's Timmy.
Hey, everybody out there. I'm not sure exactly what
Tell
you
about at the port what you saw, what it was
they.
like, the blood, how it affected you.
Well, it's just a weird thing to see. Um, they stick the needle through the port, hits the backside, which is solid, and they leave it in there for the duration of the chemo. Um, they got to draw blood out to make sure that it's functioning properly. So
That's it.
yeah, blood. Then they put saline through just to cleanse it out. So it's kind of a weird thing to see.
But tell them about what it was like for you sitting there all day and how.
It,
What was your experience?
Tiring, very extremely worse than going to work. Sitting there the
Tell
whole
them
time.
the stress that you were under.
Under a lot of stress. Still am.
You were tell them that you were what you were most. Tell them you were concerned every time they
Yeah,
put
I
in
was
new
concerned.
medicine.
Right. Yeah.
Tell them
I was concerned every time they put a new medicine in.
to make. Okay, let me take over from there, and I'm gonna let you go to bed because Tim's got to go to work tomorrow, and he's tired, and I'm not going to stay up long either. But I just wanted you to get his perspective, because the spouse, the other person in the situation, is going through a lot. And, y- y- you know, I can't imagine there was a lady that came there this morning, and she was from Reedsville, which is about probably 30 to 45 minutes away, depending on how far away she was. And I'm 5 minutes from the hospital. It's just literally 5 minutes. I cannot imagine having to come that distance and be under that circumstance. She had nobody with her. I wanted you to tell them about me. Okay, after that, they took us up to the thing, and they have pre things that they do. It's certain medications that they give you before they give you the chemo. And I wanted Tim to tell you a little bit about a little bit of the happy time when they gave me the Benadryl, and he can go from there. Hold on, Benadryl. What, what I acted like you said it was.
She was loopy. She was extremely loopy from the Benadryl. They gave her
I had no
quite
idea.
a dose,
And had
and
some songs, had
it
some
was
happy
just yeah.
funnies.
She has some funnies, songs. She was having a good time.
You are not into this at all. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You can go on to bed. Go on to bed, honey. I love you. I'll be in there as soon as I get back. Pull. Timmy's leaving. He's got to rest. It is so stressful. I will say this. Every time they put in a new medication, they said, because you don't know if you're going to be allergic to it, if your body is going to respond to it, if your body is going to accept it. You do not know. And so that's what they're looking for. And every time they did it, he was anticipating. He was like, "Oh no, is she going to be able to accept this, or is it going to cause a huge bad effect?" Well, I had prayed. I mean, I got up early this morning, and I had gone out because I just wanted to give it to God. I mean, I'm just giving mm, every step that I get the right person to walk me through each step. And I really, really am. And it was a lot. I don't know how other people's experience has been or will be or has whatever, but um, it is a lot. It was just not as bad as I anticipated. I thought it would be much, much worse. Um, Now this is my first treatment. So, I mean, I am giving every treatment to God to be in the middle of it. And I was not I can tell you this: when you have a good, positive attitude going through it, it absolutely does make a difference. And I'm trying to keep a place of positivity and a place of expecting the best. Because I had a lady that was across from me, and she seemed to be doing really well. But like I said, she had nobody there with her. And I don't see how she could get there and, I mean, go back. Um, the Benadryl, absolutely. Of course, I do not drink. I'm not a big, huge drinker or drug person. I've never done that. So, never been in that. So, I'm sure these drugs uh, affect me differently than other people. But she did not have anybody. I was so thankful to have Tim there. Um, it's and then there was another lady that came in later in the day. I mean, I will say that it was different circumstances you could see, and with different people that were there that were coming in. The first lady, like I said, she had nobody there. She had a very good attitude, but she had nobody there, and she was still happy, positive. I don't know how far she was in her treatments, how far along, what she had been doing, but she still had a very positive attitude. And then, and I don't know, maybe it's different stages that you go through because this was the very first time. Um, I still feel a little bit draggy. I came. We were starving. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock. I had eaten breakfast cereal. I ate. I ate. She gave me some pretzels about 11 because that's usually when I start to eat, and I'd had just a little bit of pretzels just to hold me over. We went to Panera, and I had chicken noodle soup and a grilled cheese because I think chicken noodle soup is that's what you have when you're sick, right? Makes everything better. So anyhow, we went to Panera. I'm trying to get that off my neck. So anyhow, I mean, there were things that I learned. The guy that had he knew somebody, that the nurse that worked there, and she was doing his administration of his medicine, and he had that cool thing that you could get from Amazon, the shirt, and it didn't look like a zipper, but it was made specifically for people with cancer that they could get to the port. Because you got to get to the port, you got to have either a button-down shirt or a big loopy, a big, huge, and women don't usually have a lot of. This is Tim's, one of the Tim's shirts that we had off eBay that we hadn't sold, and I thought, well, I will wear that so that they can get to the port easily. And the thing is, um, I, I was really, I was really, I was scared. I didn't know what to expect, and you know, I had the benefit of being in a chair. Oh, I didn't tell. Let me tell the rest of the story. I am part of a research group thing that I said I would participate in. Well, there was this huge machine, and whenever the one of the chemo drugs was coming up 30 minutes before I was going to go on this thing, and I'm just telling you, it was such a nightmare. I mean, and you feel when they ask you to do the research, you're like, oh well, maybe I could be a part of it. Maybe I should. You feel, somewhat guilty, but I'm telling you, it had me where I couldn't move my arms, either legs, couldn't scratch my nose, couldn't do anything, and they were wanting me to do that for 2 hours, and I said, and I was feeling claustrophobic. I said, I did it for the 30 minutes. I thought, I will try, I will do it, but I just can't do this. And so they put me in the ice portion of the study, I guess to at least get that much. But I'm just saying that added to the time, and it's like I could not. And I apologized, and the lady said, "No, no, don't worry about it. Thank you at least for participating, and you can do the ice, and I'll ask you questions at different times, and do this." And it was like I I, I made I tried it, but there's no way that I felt like it. I mean, it's stressful enough to have to go through thinking, "Oh my God," each time. You know, of course, Tim was watching me and looking at me. And honestly, the Benadryl was doing its work. It was doing the work. It was putting me to sleep. And that's what I really had wanted to do, is to just kind of sleep through this. But when she put the big old machine on, the research machine, it was just hard. And I just said, no, I can't continue this. It's hard. And she said, don't worry about it, because I want you to, I don't want to add stress to you. So, and she said, and frankly, this is the kind of thing that we're trying to get feedback on. So I at least gave them some type of feedback, but that was stressful. That was a little bit stressful. But he was watching every time I had a new medication go on because you don't know. You don't know how your body's going to respond, if your body's going to take it or whatever. And of course, I could feel it. You could feel it at certain places in your body where it was hitting certain veins and going. It was interesting, very, very interesting. Um, After I had the Benadryl, of course, my blood pressure went way down. It was a little high, but it wasn't too high because they know that you're stressed. You've never done it before. Um, so all in all, I think it went very well, and I was happy that it went well. They went over my drugs again because I'm telling you, you have to do certain things, take certain drugs at certain times, certain way, and because they do give you pre med before the chemo that is for like the Benadryl and like some medications that will Pepsid that will keep you from being constipated, I guess, or have nausea. Evidently, nausea, anything to dehydrate you is not good. So anyhow, that is what I did today. I came home after I took Corky out for a brief potty break. He wanted to go for a longer walk, and I was like, I can't do it, dude. I just can't do it. I've got to go lay down. I've just got to go lay down. So I did, and got up and ate some. I thought, well, I'll eat some salad and trying to get enough protein in. The doctor was he wants to make sure that I have enough protein to, obviously protein will help you fight through stuff. Um, we'll see. So, my taste buds have not changed as of yet. It's one treatment, not really changed. So we'll see what happens. I wanted to let you know I'm not going to do a daily vlog or anything like that, but um, I did want to tell you about the first chemotherapy, and give you updates. I mean, it's going to be probably on a weekly basis right now for the chemotherapy. So that will probably on Thursday. So you can keep up that way. But I will keep you up to date if there's any big things that happen in my life. I'll let you know. But thank you for the prayers. I do appreciate it, and I do need to go to bed because I am very, very tired. But well, it's just been a long day, and it happens like that. So we'll see what happens. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.